I have arrived. Boop. Alrighty. PowerWash Simulator. How many missions do you think are in this one? Boop. And that's all my notifications on my phone. Reminds me of this Japanese commercial for SpongeBob. They had a McDonald's toy that was SpongeBob themed, and the kids were freaking out, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like, I have never seen kids, even on like 100 grams of sugar, act like that. Hey Max, how's it going? Boop. Boop. I forgot to bring something to drink. Do I vanish as soon as the stream actually starts and go get something to drink? I probably could. Boop. Da, 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 da. Oh my gorbness, we're almost done. It might literally be I almost said the mermaid marmalade. It might literally be this and like one more mission. Hello, holy. I almost called you cat. That probably would have been an insult. So yeah, you guys can vote on what we play next. If we finish and we still got time. I don't remember what reading all this though. I guess I'll read this and I'll go get myself a soda. Welcome, friend. Welcome to illicit prison of Fengor. That sounds like a Disney villain. No, wait, I mean the Mermalair. I live here, don't I? And guess what? That dirty, dirty bubble has struck again. It's like this one is the adjective and this one's the name. That is confusing. This time within our very walls. Don't ask me how, but he escaped. Ran around, dirtied up the place before, quick as night. Sneaking back into his impregnable hold. I almost read that as pregnant hold. From which escape is impossible. And look what he's done to the place. He's made the whole 9 yards look like it's a festering nest of negligence. Bars. And for what? Revenge? I like to see him try. He kind of did, though. Do something, kid, before we descend into a pit of self-loathing, and the crime in Bikini Bottom spirals out of control. My nose. And don't forget these nooks and crannies. Crime flourishes where anglefish fear to dredge. Angelfish. I can't read. It's been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute. Haven't seen you here for a bit. Also, I couldn't stream for like a week because I had a busy set of days. Yeah. It's healthy to be drinking 100 milligrams of caffeine every day. It's like a cup of coffee. That's about average. A cup of coffee is like anywhere from 50 to 70, so it's like a cup or two of coffee a day. I wouldn't say it's healthy, per se, but it could be worse, right? It could be having a monster every day. That's like 300 milligrams. Or a bang. Those are 300. I'm gonna vanish for a second. Gonna get something to drink. You can all hear the fizz pop open. And it's gonna sound delicious. I got a shower after stream. Listen, listen, listen. That was crisp. Anyone ever tried Zevia before? 0 sugar Cokes. Well, sodas. I got like a whole variety pack. They taste so similar to the actual like stuff they're trying to imitate. It was crisp like an apple. I would hope so. This doesn't look like the work of the dirty bubble to me. Oh yeah, SpongeBob. Oh yeah, who did it? Who did it? Scrub Daddy, your nemesis. Looks more like years of persistent dirt and inefficient cleaning technique. You would know about that, wouldn't you? Wait, isn't he a fry cook? Then he would know about that. Because he has to clean, like, a grill. You're still showering in 2026? I don't have a bath. I'm too poor to afford a bath. Can I just say, Mermaid Man has some nice boobs. Is this the first time I'm seeing barnacles in the game? Everyone get me to affiliate status, so I can afford a bath. Your feet must be stinky. You'd be surprised. I don't really have, like, a lot of body odor. Never have. I mean, eventually, yeah, but, like, it takes a while. Again, it's been a very busy set of days. Haven't been able to really get a lot done. Try rapping to that. Must be a height thing. You're short and adorable. Okay, you got one of those things right. I'm actually not that short at all. And yeah, I don't even know if it's ADHD. It just might be ADD. But I don't know, I just found that to be funny. Like, oh, the Orb of Confusion. It can make wickety wonkety sounds. Okay. Oh. Anchor. It's funny because I got a test like how long ago? I got a test like 10 years ago and they said that I didn't have ADHD. It was hard dealing with ADHD in school. Yeah, you know how I dealt with it? I got all my work done like in half the time as everyone else, and then I just like fell asleep. Some of my teachers had a problem with that, but others were kind of like, you should have just been in honors, and I'm like, yeah, but like I transferred at almost the start of the year from one school to another, and the standards were so different. I went from trying pretty hard to get straight A's to falling asleep and still getting straight A's. And that's probably why I'm EP all the time. I'll clean the wall alarm and then we'll put the ladder there. How do you deal with ADHD in school? What's your technique? Also, you know, it'd be funny as if like a boomer were to like watch and they're a psyop and they just like say things like I eat Tide Pods to like make the younger generation look bad. That would be pretty funny. Not gonna lie. You slept, so samesies then. Not eating Tide Pods. Good. They got the nutritional value of a dirty pipe. Speaking of pipes. I think a few of my teachers were also okay with us snacking during class. That certainly helped. Okay, now for the electrical device. You know, they say that people with ADHD, ADD, and autism are just smart. Like above average intelligence and all that. Supposedly, and I don't know if this is actually accurate, back in the 50s, the Tide Pod equivalent prank that they were pulling at the time was eating people's goldfish, like right out of the tank. So, like, people have done really stupid stuff all the time. Yep, eating pet goldfish right out of the tank. Not cooked, and not exactly sushi style. Pretty much whole. Of course, I don't actually know how valid it is. That's just what I heard, like, once. I'll believe it, though. Gamly! Hi. Who the hell was out here eating their kids' pet goldfish? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out, too. I yell at Eustace in the retirement home, but I'm not allowed in there. I'm not old enough. Okay, why are 55 plus communities like the most affordable? It's not fair. That was a thing drunk college kids did in the 1920s while live golf. Okay, I might have gotten the generation wrong, but I knew it was something that a previous generation that was really stupid. Hold on, my throat's dry. Ah, that was so good. Now, if only we had soda sweetened with monk fruit. You say what? Gamley pretty much confirmed what I said. But I got the generation wrong. They didn't have the internet. They had to do something. They could have gone to war, let's be honest here. Yeah. Honestly, they might have been teenagers during the First World War, and then in the 40s, they would have been, what, like in their 40s? Is it possible that people were born during that time that were just like, oh, I'm too young for this one and too old for this one? That's wild. I mean, to be honest, I feel like we're never really gonna be free of people wanting to be at each other's necks, and that's kind of sad. Hold up, they raised the maximum enlistment age to 42? Which branch? Because I know different branches have different requirements. I think the Navy is like 30 or something. Army, wow, okay. But that's enlistment, right? That's not... That's if you get drafted. You can't, like... That's not... You can't volunteer. That's like if you need the person, not if they want to join out of their own, like... sense of whatever. We'll call it service. I know that there's some countries out there that also make it mandatory for you to serve before, well, you have to serve as soon as you're done with school. This is hands down probably the most annoying thing I've had to clean in this game. Switzerland is like the mandatory military for all citizens. I think, it's not China that also does that, right? It's one of the countries around China that also does that. It might be China, I don't know. I wonder why they make it mandatory. Like, just in case, or... I don't know anything about China's military. Oh. Someone probably does. Imagine having to clean 12 donuts for this wiggly, wobbly, zicky, zappy, blappy machine. Jeez. What a pain in the butt. Woo! I guess next we'll get this wall of superhero super gadget. Goo goo gaga. I can't talk today. Hey Gordon, the fact that you have an underscore in your name along with Gamly and both of you are the same color in chat, I get confused between the two of you sometimes. So your ship name is now Gamly Knight. No, Gordon Prime. I like that. It sounds like a transformer. Anyway, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Gordon Knight seems cramped. It sounds like the commissioner for Gotham City, but like low budget. The school play presents Sky Puppy Man. Still sick, but rather well. So I take it you're feeling better, but you're still under the weather. Bars? Yo, I should be a rapper. The Wask! Bubble Wand of Doom. That does not look like a bubble wand, but okay. Thank you. Second one to actually mention the cop and not the chef or the free man. Oh! Gordon Ramsay and Gordon Freeman from Half-Life. I mean, which one I mention really depends on what day you catch me. Like on some days, I probably would have said something like, I would have made a Karate Kid reference and said, Gordon, Gordoff, Gordon, Gordoff. Wax on, wax off. The Wask Pink Slipper. What else do we have? The Sailor Cap. We got the Tickle Belt. I almost read that as Tickle Pickle. We got the Lost Episode Tape. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy Lost Episode. We got the Oxygen Tank. That does not look like an oxygen tank. Radar Capsule. Utility Belt. A Lunchbox. What is this? Pajama Sam? Shell bra. Disguise. I guess that's part of the disguise. Murmuring. We got the tartar gun. Crustaceous hammer. Squid ink bottle. Pedal ball of fury. Aqua glove. Cosmic ray. The Ultra Grinder 3000. Now with extra pepper. The special blender. We got a radar boot. Balls of steel. Oh, yes. The thing I need to give to insert daring people here. Some TikTokers, probably. Shellcom. And bubble wand of doom container. And the aqua ring. I don't know if I mentioned that one yet. I never would have thought my tag be reference to the Karate Kid coat rag, but here we are. My mind is an enigma. Just when you thought the reference couldn't be made, I make it. And hi, Discord message or Steam message. I don't know how I got up here, but okay. Do I just have to go over everything like a bajillion times? So I heard they're making a second Kung Pao movie. That'll be fun. Welcome to your cleaning job where you use a high-pressure water cleaner underwater. Don't think about it. I think I mentioned that last time how it doesn't make sense, but we're here. I mean, ASTF movie is really popular and it doesn't make sense. So yeah. Don't forget to wash the balls of steel. They're clean now. I can give them to Joseph Joestar to use against the Pillar Men. Imagine making the Pillarman theme song your ringtone and your text notification the Awakened Masters voice line. Oh yeah, there's a star mask there too. Did I get it all? No! Parkour. And parkour. Parkour. My ringtone is Kamen Rider Was Standby. Honestly, that's pretty funny. I like that. Okay, I think that's all of them. Next, we will attack the television! Sorry, the Hand of Justice machine. It looks like a kinky television. I'm so sorry. If anyone knows that standby, yes, I did spook people by having that ringtone. I vaguely know what you're talking about. And that makes sense. But, like, I play Resident Evil, so the spoops are not spooping as hard as they could be. Because I already have to deal with Nemesis spoop when I play the third game again. At least I stopped using metal cluster hoppers. That everyone jump made people jump a lot. Imagine that going off at the airport. No, imagine if that went off next to a person who can't walk. Oh my god, the looks you would get. I was done with the donuts. I'm half expecting the TV to say, we interrupt this program to bring you Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show. I play less RE. However, I did hear the modding community does something from spicy stuff, or everything from spicy stuff, to making a playable Kamen Rider Black. That's the modding community for you. The modding community is so diverse that you can literally make Left 4 Dead more terrifying, less terrifying, an anime crossover, or a goon cave. And everything in between. We have been trying to reach you regarding your car's extended warranty. You know what's funny is I haven't gotten that many of those calls. I got a few, but not a lot. I feel like the new version of that is nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I'm so sorry for giving everyone PTSD about that. Wesker doesn't have 7 minutes to spare for this. Have you seen that meme that I posted in the Discord server? Wesker the baker. I am German. I don't get PTSD from that. That's fair. I think it's a British thing anyway. I am not in the Discord server. You should be. It's fun. There's updates when I stream and stuff. And I post really stupid memes sometimes. Boop. Here, I'll go ahead and post it just cause I can. I should make this a thing that you can do. Boop. And no obligation. You don't have to if you don't want to. But it's there, just in case. I know I get invited to a lot of Discord servers, and I'm like, I really don't want to join. Okay, so the whole thing is a small pulley. I thought it was like the metal arm and the pulley. My DC server list is starting to look more cramped than a clown car. At least you have access to a bunch of soundboards if you get Nitro. I literally made 18 Discord servers just for soundboards. When I have Nitro, I have the power. Yeah, exactly. I still need to look into the whole Discord controversy thing, though, and see if it's worth me dipping the way I did with the X. But at the same time, I've been a member of it for so long that it's like, it's gonna be difficult. Captain Magma! Captain Magma, he's our hero. Gonna take your level of cold down to 0. Elastic waistband! Elastic waistband, he's a hero. Gonna take your dress size down to 0. The costumes of the International Justice League of Super Acquaintances. How did you know I was cleaning the costumes, Patrick? Who would you be, SpongeBob? Probably Elastic Waistband, but he's probably going to say the Quickster. Miss up here. There's nothing in there, is there? I believe Elastic Waistband. With those stretching powers, I could change the channel without finding the remote. That's literally all he's going to use it for. Oh, no. It's just, That reminds me of, like, dresses from the 70s. Like what you would think of when you see a disco, dress. I have everything from memes to my unhinged friends having Squidward threaten to remove your family jewelry in angry German. I don't know how I feel about that. You should look up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Russian dub, and put some of that as a soundboard. Because from the little bit that I've heard, it's horrible. Because they love adding random stuff to their soundboard. That's fair. That's kind of what I do, but it's gotta be at least somewhat funny. I don't know how I feel about that either, but I do have it. Good! It's funny! We're gonna clean magma nuts first. You know what'd be really funny is if I could get a Twitch extension that allowed people to put exclamation joke of the time, or like the abbreviation for that. Joke of JOTT. And if you put that in, had a cough real quick. If you put that in, it plays like some sort of funny GIF that I decided to allocate for the time being. And I change it up randomly too. One week it could be Steven Universe dancing. Next week it could be the scene where Chris punches a boulder. Why is Peter Pan always flying? He never lands. That is an old joke that never grows old. When I first heard that, I thought it was hilarious. And then as time went on, I'm just like, oh, well, I've heard that before. Still funny. Ding! Because it's a two-hitter. Yeah, a lot of two-hitter jokes are really good. Like, it's because you follow it up with a joke that kind of like... How do I put this? You explain why the joke is funny by making it another joke. And one could say it's a combo breaker. Combo breaker. Yeah. You know what? That actually spurs a question of mine. If you could make a combo from fast food, and it was called a you combo, not like you, but like your whatever you want to call it, what would your combo be? If I had to pitch it, mine would definitely have fries and maybe a fried chicken sandwich. Or, no, it would have a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant. Is that a weird combo? I feel like that's a weird combo. Then again, I'm weird, so that's just par for the course. Chinese takeout plus literally anything else, because there is something on the menu that will somehow combo well. You're not wrong, but you gotta be specific about the menu options. Like, what about Chinese takeout are you doing? No, it's more tough. I mean, I could help you. What about mashed potatoes, but instead of normal potatoes, they use sweet potatoes? Mashed sweet potatoes with plenty of butter. Mixed in with a little bit of garlic. A little bit of garlic and a few caramelized onions thrown in. I'm giving you restaurant ideas. I hope you're writing this down. Serve it at some sort of high-end restaurant. It could also be something that's like cheap and easy, but sell this in a professional establishment and watch some money roll in. Something tells me you could do KFC with Chinese noodles and just label it American Garage or something. It'll work. Like a chicken stir fry, but with KFC chicken. I see where you're coming from, and I think it's heretical, but I think it also could work. Because everyone is uncultured, yeah. I can't say that I've had that, no. Oh, look, it's the blob! Hi, work. What the heck are people doing at this time of night? Hold on, I'm gonna go meet that real quick. Boop. How did that not... Okay, we're killing it in the charms bar. Oh, there we go. The perks of having employment. You get to get trolled during stream. It's Japanese fried chicken. Oh, that sounds actually pretty good. Like, I've never had Japanese fried chicken before, but I know that a lot of Japanese foods I do enjoy. I realize that they Americanize, quote-unquote, a lot of foods by putting sugar in it. But please, I am not that huge of a sweet tooth. Just make it as authentic as possible and let me know, or let me try it. Take ginger, garlic, soy sauce, sake, and a splash of peanut oil. Marinate the chicken and then fry it in the cornstarch and flour. Simple, easy to do, and tastes good. I mean, it seems simple enough. Oh, perhaps roll an egg before applying coating, otherwise it won't stick. Forgot the egg ones. Chicken was good, but the coating was soggy, not crisp. Yeah, that helps. You could probably also substitute egg out for, like, butter. And it might work. If, you know, you got an egg allergy. Would not recommend, could work though. I mean, yeah, substitutions are not normally recommended. I actually don't know how that would work out. Someone mess up the recipe and let me know how it goes. Welcome back, holy cannoli! I had a cannoli the other day. It was pretty good. In Japanese cooking, I noticed, either do it right or it will not turn out the best it can be. I mean, just look up karaage. You do not want to mess with it. I mean, there's not a lot of recipes that you can substitute stuff and it works. Even grilled cheese tastes different depending upon the oil that you use to cook it in. If you use honey butter or regular butter, like salted, comes out really good. But if you use like a non-stick olive oil, like a non-stick cooking spray, it's healthy and so good, but it's not the same. But yeah, that might explain why Japanese chefs, if you ever look up videos of them cooking, they're very methodical. methodical, efficient, and it makes it look like they're doing some sort of witchcraft with their arms and stuff. Absolutely wild. Well, to be fair, they are Japanese. Yeah, so... if you do something for long enough, you get really good at it. I mean, Americans are really good at shooting skulls, so, like, that's a thing. I'm eventually gonna get canceled for one of the things I say, I swear. Method is something ingrained into their beings. It's like Germans with punctuality. Germans come 5 minutes before actual work start for them, because otherwise they consider themselves late. Isn't that just like a culture thing, though? Like, some of the things that we get, some of the traits that we inherit, aren't ingrained into our being, but rather our culture. I think we got everything there. Next, the chairs! The super acquaintances chairs. What the heck else am I missing? Oh, there we go. I guess we'll get the table, too. What's funny is I actually knew someone who wasn't German that had the same work ethic. I remember correctly, his whole thing was, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, that's inexcusable. And it's like, solid work ethic, bro, but at the same time, it's like, when do you make time for yourself? Which super acquaintance would I be? Super good question, Patrick. Aren't I cleaning their little meeting session room thing right now? How do they know? I'd be the quickster, able to travel vast distances at the speed of light. I've seen the show, so I kind of guessed you would pick that one. Wait, would I still get tired? If I ran to rock bottom in under a second, would I then collapse of exhaustion? That's a good question. If so, I want that. Okay, buddy. Super speed is simply that good. I mean, understandable, but still, it's like... What about super regeneration? That implies you taking the beating. It just means that if I get injured by any means possible, I can heal from it. It also implies that I just live forever. Maybe then I'll hit affiliate eventually. The implication of being harvested from my internals for eternity is not a fun one. Why would I allow my internals to get harvested? This isn't the original prey. Does anyone remember the original prey? From like the mid 2000s? You only have super regeneration, not super strength. At some point, someone will notice, and at that point, super regen isn't as fun anymore. It's more just so if I get injured because I'm such a klutz, I just heal from it. It's kind of like, I'm not doing it to be a superhero. I'm doing it because I just don't want my klutziness to get in the way of me enjoying life. Also, hospital bills are very expensive. I guess I could also take flying. Super speed usually has a fast heal too. That's just a fast metabolism. Like overall. Fast metabolic rate. So if you take fast metabolic rate, you're getting that most likely, and you're also getting, you can't put on weight easily. Because everything you eat just burns up. Which means American food is no longer bad for you. Well, then I would still heal faster from injury. I'm not trying to heal from literally losing my head after all. That's fair. But then you can't come back from the dead and tell someone that they got ahead of themselves. Make a punch with the finger guns and then make an unnecessary backflip. Get out of there. I broke Jesus' record. Yeah, right? It's in his record 3 days, though. Speaking of the character, what are you doing for Easter? Coming up. Easter. Easter implies that there's a Westa. Being probably sick and nothing. Aw. I mean, if you're sick, you can't really do much about it, but that just means the next holiday, you gotta do something good. You gotta do something extra. I thought those oil marks were, like imprinted in the table. Like symbols or wear from the table being used so much. I didn't realize that they were like oil. Oil spills. What is this, BP? Does anyone remember that oil spill from like the early 2010s? That was bonkers. Bikini Bottom driver identification. This is not a driver's license. Expires 12/14/03. That was like 23 years ago. Patrick Star. 120 Conch. Saints. Bikini or Street. Saint. Bikini Bottom. A1359723. Patrick Star. You left your ID. How do you get a driver's identification but not a license? That Patrick has one and SpongeBob doesn't is something. I mean, isn't Patrick just like a little slow on the uptake and SpongeBob is like ADHD incarnate? I feel like SpongeBob could get his driver's license, but he just struggles to focus on the material, so he can't. Patrick is a bit slow, but at least he can focus on something, even if there is radio silence mostly up there. Yeah, that's probably why he got it. It took him a while to understand everything, but he was able to focus and lock in a lot easier. Besides, it's not a license, so SpongeBob might have that too. It's not a driver's license, it's a driver identification, whatever that means. It might be the same as a learner's permit, actually. Wait. Huh? Wait, what's on the screen? Oh, that's like Okay. What kind of hentai are they watching? Oh, it's not a goon cave. It's, that's the presidency right there. Joke completed. I'm officially the funniest streamer on the planet. Wow. We'll get this one next. This one. Oh, the catharsis. Thank you for all the hearts. I'll put them in my kingdom. Unfortunately, my kingdom is run by Sora AI. This is not a joke on the series, and if you think it's a joke, then you're goofy. Insert joke about the president because I can't think of anything else for Donald Duck. You know, I like to think that the power washer in Bikini Bottom is just like a force gun. It's not a pressure washer, it's just a pressure blower. Can I hop on top of the lamp? Parkour. Yeah. Getting sleepy. At some point, I should figure out why I get so sleepy so easily. Always been curious about that. I'm also sleepy, but I woke up at 3 a.m. Oh, it's just 5 a.m. for me. Rookie numbers, really. Okay, Europe. Gosh, are you gonna do flex on me with your free healthcare next? You're gonna talk about your infrastructure and your research and your multi-language skills. Like, seriously, I paid like $1,500 for 3 stitches on my hand last year. Absolutely insane. Hey, nobody got the money for that. I'm just a hardcore night owl. I feel you, I feel you. I would be a night owl too, but work requires me to be early. An early bird. This is kind of I want to join a server team because they usually work at like night times. Whoa, the wall of superhero gadgetry. Oh yeah, we have to clean that pipe in the middle. Look, SpongeBob! The bubble wand of doom! The tartar gun! There's even the paddle ball of fury! Are you not gonna talk about the freaking... the gimp boot? Imagine having a skill set to use that. They're not gonna talk about the balls of steel. I work late shifts usually, and even if I don't, what even is sleep? I mean, I hear you there. What is the saying? Sleep is for the weak. Well, I unfortunately am weak, so... that checks out. No sleep for the wicked, but also, I am not blessed. Just because I eat beet doesn't mean I'm gonna eat. I thought it was there's no rest for the wicked. Also, yeah, you could probably drink coffee and be fine. But sometimes you just get that feeling of, oh, I just need to actually lie down. This isn't a coffee or Monster Energy thing. But imagine it's like that, but like all the time. Yeah, no, that's the same thing, no? Yeah. Nah, I got ADHD, 50-50 chance coffee energy drink puts me to sleep. Same! If I have too much caffeine, I usually get sleepy. I need to have like half a cup of coffee over the course of an hour for me to not just pass out. Ahoy, Mr. Skidward! So that's what he leaves in his pants. Gross. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Matt? Maddie. Ma. Kirima, don't wanna think about poker face. I'm glad you're doing fine. Great, now I have Lady Gaga stuck in my head. I can hear Eric Carmen signing every time I hear it. Do you mean singing? I didn't know he sung Poker Face. Wrong emote, I meant that. Hey, emote away, I don't care. It'll bounce around my face eventually. Yeah, singing. See? Emotes. Don't worry about it, Cherry, you're just born this... I was born this way! And so are you! And that's okay! There's an episode he sings Poker Face Repealian. That's terrifying, but thanks for letting me know. I'm not made for the keyboard at 5 a.m. Neither am I, really. Huh, it'll... What now with your face? What? I'm just talking about Lady Gaga. Is a joke that poker sounds like poke her? Is that where we're going with it? I feel like the male version is bloker face. It'll bounce around my face. The emotes! Not anything else. Arr. If you put emotes, they bounce around my, where I'm at. They cover me in my emoteness. I low-key just admitted that when you comment, I get emo. Alright, everyone, stream over. I'm going to Hot Topic. I got some cute dresses there, though. I'm not gonna lie. I love being emo. I mean, some of their attire is actually kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie. Also, if I could stop barring, that'd be great. Over here rapping like a lyrical linguist of langtastic proportions. Well, I can't. My barring is unintentional. When I try, I fail. Did you hear the John Lennon thing I talked about previously? I don't think I did. I tried to look it up and then I failed. Boop. It was working class here. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Don't I have YouTube open? I do not, but I can load up Chrome. John Lennon. Working class. Why am I getting recommended Uma Musume? Okay, I have it queued up in my in my Quayway. Everything is Chrome in the future, SpongeBob. I feel like he could have been talking about the color. Oh, also. Hypnotism. He was talking about the color. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's no way he was to be talking about, the web browser. I'm sorry, what was I saying? I don't remember the past 5 years. It was all a metaphor. It was all a refantasio. Don't worry, Krabby Patty cures mind control. Is that canon lore? What is a Krabby Patty? You see, a Krabby Patty is a hamburger with 20 milligrams of estrogen in it. Now for the low price of 6.7. Got him. Oh, my jokes are brain rot. Worked on a certain elderly superhero, but it has been a while. I don't remember exact reason. Alzheimer's man? Hold on, isn't Hugh Jackman getting in like his 50s? And Dementia Man. Literally made a tangential joke just now. Tangentially related. Boop, 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 boop. You're going to do this until you're 60, Deadpool, and he will probably do this even longer because Old Man Logan is a thing. Kind of like Leon from Resident Evil, right? Old Zaddy Logan and old Zaddy Leon teaming together to save... who would they come together to save? Who would the X-Men and... what is he part of? Leon's part of some abbreviation of the US government. Isn't he part of like DSO at some point? Hey, Custos. Kinda unlike Leon or Snake, though, he is a couple 100 years old, not his 40s or 50s. That's true, that's true. But in that movie, didn't they make Deadpool, like, really not Deadpool? And then he had to go back and retcon it in one of his own movies. Fun fact, in the comics, there is one Earth where Spider-Man and Deadpool are old together. Spider-Man is paraplegic and Deadpool had his mask cut, so it shows his crazy teeth and his white beard. That actually is kind of wild, I'm not gonna lie. Hi, I'm Deadpool, and this is not a skin routine. What up with you? What's good? Spidey's only allowed because DP gives him blood transfusions. That implies that Spider-Man eventually gets part of his powers, doesn't it? Or something like that. Once when he was about to die, and since DP mentions doing it on repeat, he lets Spidey live. I mean, he literally cannot bleed out, right? Deadpool ages because they haven't found an actor that's young enough to play him forever. They should just hire me. I don't really age at all. No question how Wayne works. He should just age slower because of his cancer factor, but TP works off a plot and he knows it. He's got that plot armor. Well, plot regeneration. Spider-Man's probably immune to cancer. I mean, he was bit by a radioactive spider, so probably. Can I, like, get up here? Apparently not. There we go. The goon screen looks even worse in white. He's filled with a lot of radiation. That's chemotherapy, but always. I mean, that's basically what chemotherapy is. It's just radiation. Lots and lots and lots of directed radiation. I mean, the healing factor kind of, the way it works canonically is that it prevents diseases. Autoimmune and not. But I think Deadpool had it before he got the mutant juice, and that's why he's kind of battling it all the time. I think the thing with Deadpool is even if you try to cut the tumor out, it's just gonna re-heal the tumor and not like his normal body. But the writers could literally say that, oh, he's fine, doesn't have his diseases, and prove me wrong tomorrow. So it's all up to the writer's whim. So there he is, a sauce of all evil. Capitalism? The dirty bubble trapped in the brine of justice. He looks horrified. You thought you were salty, but not salty enough, my filthy friend. Yeah, in a bottle of soy sauce. Well, technically alcohol would be a poison, so if he can't get drunk, he's immune to poisons off the bat. That every gen to full HP is always on -1. That's probably a good way of saying it, or explaining it. He's also never 100% himself. Logan isn't immune to alcohol. He just filters it out so fast that he basically has to get really drunk to feel it. That's fair. And I think we do see that in the movies. We have to keep in mind, Deadpool got his powers from Logan, so they could be stronger or weaker. I think he actually has stronger powers. Like of regeneration. Yeah, I'm talking about the movies though, because I don't really. I watch the movies more than than I read the comics. And in the movies, they definitely imply that, it seems. You think Deadpool feels pretty slow in the movies? I mean, I haven't really caught up in the Marvel movies since Endgame. And I haven't seen the TV show spin-offs either. But yeah, I've heard that that in the comics specifically, Deadpool can regenerate from like a ball of cells, and the Wolverine can't. And there's even an alternate universe where Deadpool kills all of the X-Men. And the front page is just all of their skeletons, with Deadpool sitting in a chair nearby. Yeah, I think it's like a what if scenario. But yeah, Wolverine does have that adamantium skeleton. So, like, actually trying to inflict his internal organs with, like, damage is gonna be a little bit harder. Unless you're shooting between the ribs and stuff. DP and Punisher have a comic run killing the entire Marvel universe. I find it hard that the Punisher would be able to survive everyone else. I mean, he's good, but he's only human. He's human with an abnormal amount of hatred for, really a lot of people. I imagine the sounds coming out of the computer what grandparents think that their IT grandchildren, what they hear all the time. Where are we at in the chat? Yeah, people have written like plot points for why different heroes can beat up others. So it's really difficult to get like a fair comparison here with all the rewritings and interpretations of the characters. Magneto cracking a can of Logan. Who? What's protected? How now? Okay, have you seen the freaking from the old like 1960s or 70s TV show where Magneto gets defeated by a wooden gun? It is so funny. Punisher would probably get some street love tier heroes lacking, but then he would come into a grinding halt the moment he goes above that. It's very gonna pack him up for lunch. I mean, yeah, because he's got powers, right? I feel like the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man would be harder to kill than the original. Because he's also got those electro powers. Green Lantern's weakness has been the color yellow for the longest time. Yeah. That's kind of dumb, though. Like, on God, no cap. For real, for real. Miles Morales Spider-Man is getting a new name, I think. What is it getting a name change to? What would make more sense? Spider-Boy? Like... I mean, he is in high school or something, right? Also, what's with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man having a job and looking like that, and the Andrew Garfield being in high school and looking like he's in his 30s? Well, it's very smart, but Spidey has been studying the universe to be able to reach reads into intellect. He had enough time and resources to actually spend on science. I actually didn't know that. I know that he developed his own weapons, though. So he's got to have some intelligence for that, at least. You know, it's got me thinking I should play some original Marvel vs. Capcom music, like the character themes, as waiting music before stream. Because Spider-Man's theme from the original is such a vibe. Andrew was at least somewhat fit, in my opinion. Hope he was perfect for the role, though. I mean, he has IRL Spidey sense. Why? He knows when he is being filmed. Isn't the most recent one, like... Who's the most recent one? I feel like the most recent Spider-Man actor was pretty good. I think he was a solid pick. AF with Tom Holland. He's just a little guy. Just a little guy. Just a little guy doing his best. Just a little guy. Yeah, I don't think he's doing a bad job as Spider-Man. What in the note clipping? Tom Holland wants a Spidey Deadpool team-up movie. I mean, I would watch it. I would. Nothing will beat the emissary from hell. Is that a version of Spider-Man? I like the Iron Man thing personally, but I do want to see him finally get the Spider-Man treatment. I got all these characters are in the same video game together. Also, what do you mean by Iron Man thing? They didn't, like, redo his lore. They just kind of made 3 movies with the same actor. Japanese Spider-Man was the first to do mechs. Huh. That's interesting. So Spider-Man came up with the whole kaiju concept, but mechanical. Since we're talking about it so much, you know what I'm gonna do? 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 Get deleted. Vaporize! Hold on. Here, you guys get to enjoy this. It's muted. Hold on. I told you it's a vibe. But yeah, that's the theme of Spider-Man from the original Marvel vs. Capcom, which... When did that game come out? Marvel vs. Capcom 1. Yes, I would like to put in 12. Came out in 1998. It's an old game. They updated it in the 3rd game, I think. And then I think they redid it again in Infinity War. Which, can I just say, I really liked the campaign of the game, but the rest of it just kind of fell short. I might play the campaign on stream one day. Just cause. He's the first to pilot Gigamech on live television like the Power Rangers. Has a sword that can one-shot anything. Japanese fireman uses guns. He uses guns. Music reminds me of Rivals of Aether. I have the game, but I've never played it. I know I said I had to shower after stream, but I might just, like, go right to bed, because eepy. And then I'll wake up a little bit early and shower then. That might be the game plan here. It gives me a reason to roll down the windows and annoy anyone that I drive by with metal first thing in the morning. Take that, ya boomers. When he knocked out a thug, he picked up his guns and began spraying. Spider-Man, Spider-Man! Does whatever a man with a Tech 9 can. Okay, that's funny. It would be funny, since scorpions and spiders are in the same arachnid family, if you used a scorpion, though. Spider pig, does whatever a spider pig does. Even the extra long extension doesn't reach all the way over there. That's buck wild. Yay! I imagine Spider-Man just like taking, shooting his web up in the air. Spider, swing! Lands, takes out a freaking, glizzy and just goes, Spider, shoot! And he starts unloading a clip. I missed the ornament. Let me get that real quick. Give me a ladder. Don't want Japanese Spider-Man to somehow make a return. You know how funny it would be in the Spider Universe? I was gonna say, isn't that just Penny? But yeah, the Spider-Verse implies that that one exists somewhere, and they're just waiting to bring him out. That would be the craziest thing if they just bring out, like, a long-forgotten Spider-Man out of nowhere For the long-term or the long-time fans. Just you weren't expecting it, and then they bring him out. Chinese Evangelion with Spider-Man. Japanese Spider-Man is what Super Sentai wanted to be. Oh. See, this is a bunch of lore that I didn't know before I started streaming today. So I'm kind of taking it all in and just kind of like being like, oh, okay, I'll have to take notes on that and eventually research this Spider-Man to have an informed opinion. I think it would be funnier is if they made like a movie where they have Kamen Rider, Sentai, and Ultraman all like fighting together or something, and they're all speaking Japanese, and then Spider-Man's the only one speaking English. And every time he speaks, there's subtitles for the Japanese audience. But when they bring it to America, they don't change any of the dialogue. They just update the subtitles. So now, the only one that's not speaking in subs is Spider-Man. Some Kamen Riders technically do speak English. And technically is the best form. Bloop. I'm honestly not sure where else to clean. It's like I see that streak that's right below the console and above the stand, but I can't get to that. There we go. Now to figure out this stand. Shotaro, this is the work of an enemy stand. There we go. About time. Yay! When you talk about Ichigo, you're talking about the one from Bleach, right? Or is this a different Ichigo? Everything's back to normal in Bikini Bottom. Sandy singing, Plankton's plotting, and Mermaid's mobilizing. Who knows, when the dirty bubble served his time, maybe he'll become a clean little bubble, wafting happily around the place. We can't thank you enough for helping us clean up our little mystery. Without you, we'd still be knee-high in grime and crime. Anyway, gotta dash. We're throwing a surprise party for Squidward to say sorry for all the mess we made. We've invited the whole town. Squidward's gonna love it. Goodbye, friend, and thanks again. That was a whole DLC. I feel like it was shorter than Shrek. No, Kamen Rider Ichigo. Oh, okay. I mean, they do learn English in a lot of other countries, so... that checks out. What do you say next? Which DLC do you want to see? Tomb Raider, Midgar, Back to the Future, Warhammer, Alice's Adventures, or Wallace and Gromit? Midgar? Oh, you want to go what's it called? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Let's have Shira clean up Shinra's mess. Yeah. I still need to play Final Fantasy VII. Which I might do on Sunday eventually. Yeah. It could be fun. Could be really cool and awesome. A plot. A thing to do. But for now, the remake or the OG? Probably the remake, honestly. I could do the OG, but... there's not many, like, OGs that I would play when the remakes exist. Like, I haven't played the OG of Resident Evil 2 or 3. I play the remakes. I just like the newer versions of things. Unless they're cars. Old cars are pretty cool. But so are the new ones. I don't know, I feel like a lot of the cars from the 2000s are kind of bland. If you'll point out the differences, then I appreciate that. You'll let me know. But I feel like when it comes to the remake, as long as it's the same director, then the director might have been able to put more of his style of what he wanted the game to be, or her style, into the game as opposed to the original. Because with the original, there's a lot of limitations, you know? storage constraints, graphical limitations. Having a whole 3 polygons to render boobs. It's like... 3 makes usually, I feel, are closer to what the director wanted. You know what else was a two-disc game? Metal Gear Solid, probably. I'm trying to think of another one. I think Enno Saga was a 2-disc game. For the PS2. There were a few GameCube games as well that were 2-disc. Then again, the discs were like tiny. Like Metal Gear Solid, yeah. Haven't played that game though. I should. Might be on my list of stream games to play. I mean, unless I have it on Steam, I might have to emulate it on the GameCube. There's a reason why it became such a cultural icon. All I know about it is that Snake has a box. It has to do with mechs. And the music. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Everything I have is for the PS1 and P4 is for stream eventually. A lot of the game series that I haven't played, I'm saving up for stream. This is just like my Japanese anime Otacon. I know that from Metal Gear Awesome. The parody. Which, if you haven't seen it, it's funny. Otacon is a gold mine of memes. I feel like it would be. Like, I know that he's a weeb, right? Or like an otaku. So he's probably gonna make a bunch of JoJo references. Vulcan's graph to Snake will forever make me laugh. I have no idea. I don't know that scene. I have to wait until I play it. Metal Gear Solid 3 was a fever dream like no other. Let me see which ones are on Steam real quick. Metal Gear Solid. So they got 2, 3. Metal Gear Solid Triangle Snake Eater. And Legacy. And 4. And 5. And more of 5. And a Masters Collection! 1 and 2! Oh boy! I have no clue what any of this is. Delta is like the OG, but remade. No, Delta Snake Eater is a remake of 3. LMGS are on Steam. Please do note that Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid are different. Delta's remake of 3S, still like the OG more, but meh. I mean, they all say Metal Gear Solid. Well, the Legacy just looks like it's a video. Oh, you have to own the Phantom Pain to watch it. Okay. So it's a lore drop. If I do play this, I'm going to have to get everyone's take on which ones to do in what order. But that'll have to wait until like I eventually get around to it. Like, I'm still doing Dark Souls 1 through 3 right now. Now I'll have to join the Discord. What's more? You can also just, like, let me know on stream. That's also an option. Either or. Whatever your pick is. Whatever your poison is. But I'm gonna head off for the night. I got work in the morning. Gotta wake up. If I shower in the morning, I have to get up in 6 hours. For me to, like, get done and get to work on time and all that. But yeah, thank you for, like, letting me know about all this stuff. I'll take note and we'll definitely play it at some point if that becomes a thing people want to see, a first-time reaction to the whole series. But I'll see you next time. Sunday! Thanks, Sauce! 1. More gameplay! Jolly cooperation! Yeah! Yes, queen! Assuming I can get my humanities back. I might snatch a couple, off stream. I don't know. I'll think about it. Just harvest that one town until I get a couple. But yeah. Jolly cooperation, and I'll see you Sunday. Have a good night. Or morning, I suppose. Whatever time it is there. And bye. Bye-bye. The best Marvel vs. Capcom theme from the original game? Jin's theme. Look it up. Absolute banger.